Hello everyone, my name is Wesley Brown from Mr. Wesley Brown. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. For this video, I'm doing a product review on the BeHolder DS1. So the BeHolder DS1 is a 3-axis camera stabilizer, handheld camera stabilizer. So it takes, the whole big suit and it puts it to a small little device that you hold in your hand. So we're gonna kind of go through, me receiving this, me using it, and then I'm gonna show you a little bit of video of me using it. So let's get right into it. So when I received it in the box. It came in the box in the mail. Then I took it out of the box, and then I saw the casing. I appreciate the casing because a lot of things that we buy as videographers or producers, we have to then go out and buy the case. This came already in the case, and the case itself is very high quality, very durable, and it's very padded. So it takes really good care of the device. I want to call it device. So you get a case, it has the BeHolder on the front, and even the zippers, has branding on it. The zippers is DS1s. So let's go ahead and open it up. So once you open it up, you see, all of the padding that was put into protecting the DS1. I appreciate, the amount of time that they took and to provide a high quality case for the DS1. It shows that they care about their own product. A lot of times, we have to get our own casing, and this kind of does everything for you. So when you open it up, you get the tripod piece, and this piece goes into the bottom of the camera and then goes into the DS1. A lot of times, people may have cameras that are hard to balance, so they also provided an extra piece, I want to call it extension to the plate, where it helps to balance those hard to balance cameras. I probably used this one time, and comparing to using it without, it really was no difference for my camera. I used a Canon 60D, which I'll show you in a second. So I used this once or twice, and it actually made it a little bit harder for me to balance. So I did use this again. What I do appreciate that they put in a little screwdriver, because I know as camera people and producers, stuff like that, when we're on a shoot, we're scrambling to find nickels, quarters, pennies, whatever we can do to turn these little things into the camera. So by them providing this, it's like an extra thank you for buying the actual DS1. So I appreciate that they included this in there, because they didn't have to. What I did not receive, I did not receive a light. They said I was supposed to, when I looked online, when I bought it, they had a light with it, and I did not receive a light. I don't know why I didn't receive a light. It's not a deal breaker. I just didn't get the light. I don't know, whatever. Taking this out is you can tell it's high quality, and it's really put together. It's not flimsy. I mean, yeah, you see it moving around, but that's the mechanisms moving. But when you hold it in your hand, it's high quality. It doesn't feel cheap, and it feels good. It feels like an actual piece of production equipment, professional production equipment. So when I get it, So with this, I use my Canon 60D. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go through the process of balancing this in front of you guys. It won't be that long because I've already balanced it. Because I've already balanced it. So once you balance it the first time, it kind of stays balanced-ish, because unless you move around the mechanisms, it's still gonna stay the way you left it. So I know the first time I balanced this, it took me about a half an hour to 45 minutes to get the balance perfect. I balanced it on all 3 axes before turning the camera on. Now, after that one, after the first one, on other shoots, I probably showered this about 5 or 6 times. I've never got it completely balanced. I've always got 2 axes balanced and never got the third one. I still haven't gotten the third one rebalanced, which, is a pain. But the device, it compensates for the third axis not being balanced, and it works just fine. The only thing with that is just it uses more battery power, because it's using the battery, it's using the machine more to balance out the part that I haven't balanced. So let's go. When I put my plate on, I put it on the right, all on the right side. Let me make sure it's the right side. Yeah. And I screw it on. Now when you're gonna balance this, you need to make sure the camera is the way you want it while you're using the DS1. Because if you have the lens cap on, or if you have extra things on the camera where you're gonna balance it, or if you don't have your memory card in the camera, and then you put it in the camera after you balance it, it will throw it completely off balance. If you have the lens on when you balance it, and then when you're ready to shoot, you took the lens off, it will throw it off balance. So you wanna have the camera exactly how you're gonna use it on the DS1. Take off your battery, take off your lens cap, have your battery in it, and have your card in it, ready to go. Getting on this camera. Getting it on has always been a little bit rough for me. Okay, so the first two axes is balanced. The third one, I try to get it balanced the first time. You're supposed to like hold it down and you're supposed to mess with it. And the way it's supposed to be is you're supposed to move your camera to a certain spot and it's supposed to stay there and not move at all. So like you're supposed to move it like there and it'll just stay there. But because I don't have the third axis balanced, it falls back to this position. Which I mean, you know, it's okay. I'll work on getting the third axis balance, you know, later on. But you know, these two axes provide a great stabilized video. So I don't normally use this camera. I don't, you know, because this thing, yeah, I don't, yeah. The camera I normally use, I'm currently shooting with. These are both 60Ds, but the one I'm shooting with doesn't have the strap on it. So yeah, the strap adds extra weight, so I have to adjust it a little bit to compensate for the strap's weight. But you know, this is just for the product review. So once I have it balanced, let me take this off of here. I turn it straight and turn it on. Once it turns it on, it adjusts your camera how it's supposed to be on a thing. It's shaking a little bit, so then you just push just a little button up front, and that stops it shaking. It recalibrates the device. It stops it shaking. So then once it's turned on, all you do is pick it up and use it. So if I twist my hand this way, it turns. If I twist my that way, it turns. I also can control the turning with the thing with the little toggle on the front where you can turn it left, turn it right, and you can also go up and down with it. As I walk around and moves, the device keeps the camera steady and still. So if I move in a direction, I can just turn my hand and move that way, turn my wrist and move that way. But as much movement as I'm doing, this is keeping the camera still. So I'll show you some video footage of me using this now. So using this, it has made my videos a whole lot better. I have a full body Steadicam, but it takes so long to put the thing on and then also to balance the camera. This, I can use this, have this setup ready to go in like 1/10 of the time it takes to get that whole suit together and get the camera together. So a lot of times, you know, the first time it took me half an hour to set up. And then, you know, after that it was faster and faster and faster. So like this time, because you know that it's kind of already set to the camera, because I only use the one camera for this, so it makes it easier kind of to throw the camera on, kind of adjust it a little bit so it points straight and then turn the device on. So it takes me about maybe 2 or 3 minutes to balance it now compared to the first time, but at the same time I'm not balancing all 3 axes, I'm only balancing 2 axes, and then I'm letting the actual device balance the 3rd axis for me. One thing I did not like, I didn't like, you know, I watched somebody else's video on the DS1 and theirs came with extra set of batteries. The batteries last about 2 to 3 hours according to, you know, how much they're using to stabilize this. So because the 3rd axis is being because it's kind of balances in itself for the 3rd one, I'm assuming that this will probably last me probably 2 hours. So what I had to do, I had to go out and buy extra batteries. It's not expensive. I know their batteries are like for one another set it's like $20-some, but I went on Amazon and I found, you know, 6 for, you know, half that price. So now I have 9 batteries that work with this. It also, what I do like is that it comes with a USB port, and it's a USB charging port. So if you wanted to charge your phone, you can charge your phone right off your DS1. This is where the light was supposed to go that I never received. It goes into there, but at the same time you can use, you know, your wire for your phone to charge your phone. To charge the batteries, they also sent a battery charger. What they sent was, you know, something like this. It's a battery recharger, and you put the battery in there and it charges. It takes about 3 hours to get a full charge off to the batteries, but at the same time the batteries last for 3 hours. So it's like real-time charging. So what I recommend is to get extra batteries. I have 9, and it's just to have them, you know, charged up and ready to go. And that's the DS1. I enjoy this. I'm planning on using it a lot in the future. I plan on learning how to balance the 3rd axis. I'm trying to figure it out. I probably gotta watch more videos on how to balance it, because there are a bunch of videos on how to balance it. So I'll work on that, but I plan on using this a whole lot in the future. So I give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. The reason why I gave it a 4 out of 5, not a 5 out of 5, because the batteries don't last that long, and because I didn't get my light. So I hope you guys, you know, enjoy the BeHolder. I enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video. I am Mr. Wesley Brown. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Mr. Wesley Brown. If you like the video, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Messages received from Tanya.
That's my cell phone. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can comment below. I will definitely address your comments and your questions. And you know, that's that. This is Mr. Wesley Brown. Thank you for watching. See you later.